Hello student. Today we learn 6th standard general science. In that lesson number 3rd, see on page number 18 diversity in living things and their classification. See, can you recall in which spheres of earth do living things exist? Yes, we know there are three spheres: lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere, and in all three spheres living things exist. The geographical conditions at different places on the earth are very different, and we find that the living things exist in all these diverse conditions. And when we live in a certain place, we adjust to the conditions there, and various types of living things have survived because of their ability to adjust themselves to the conditions on their surroundings. Yes. Then can you tell, are the plants and animals that you have been seen all alike? Answer is obviously no. That's why diversity in plants. Diversity in plants. Various types of plants are found in many places around us. Some plants like grass are short, while others are tall and have a canopy. And some plants grow underwater while some others float on water. And we find that some plants grow even in deserts also. And moreover, we find that there is a lot of variety in the same type of plant. For example, there are different varieties of rice and wheat. We know that there are so many varieties of rice. Okay. For example, we know basmati, again Indrayani, that are various types of rice. We know there is variety in rice, as well as different types of roses also we found, and mangoes of different flavors also we know. And some plants grow even without stems, leaves, or roots. Yes, some plants grow even without stems, leaves, or roots. For example, shewal. Okay, you all know these are very different from ordinary plants, and let us study this diversity among plants. See, there are some pictures shown here, and plants make their own food in sunlight. We know that. See, in the first picture there is a variety of pictures. Some variety in plants. Some plants are very tiny. Some are huge. Okay, there is a diversity in plants. And see, plants make their own food in sunlight. Such plants are called autotrophic plants. See, autotrophic plants means which plants make their own food in sunlight. Then, for example, the hibiscus, pomegranate, all know, periwinkle, etc. These are the autotrophic, and some plants like funguses, loranthus, dodals use other plants for food and are said to be heterotrophic. That means which are depend for food to another one. That type of plant we call heterotrophic. Okay. And third one, the plants like the pitcher plant even consume insects, and they are called insectivorous. Which plants consume insects they call insectivorous. Okay, so there are three types of plants generally: autotrophic, heterotrophic and insectivorous. Okay, see, figure 3.1, method of nutrition in plants. See, there are shown different pictures. In that pictures we have to shown that there are methods of nutrition in plants. These also different from plants to plants. Then on the next page, page number 19, see the structure of a plant. Plant structure can generally be divided into two parts: the stem, which grows above the ground, and the root, which grows below the ground surface. The root, stem, and leaves are main parts of plants, and from time to time, plants bear flowers for reproduction, and flowers are transformed into fruits, and fruits have seeds, and seeds gives rise to new plants. Okay, this is a cycle of plant. Now, structure of a plant. See figure 3.2 on page number 19, shown a structure of a plant. See, there are various parts of a plant shown. We have first study the root. Okay, first from the bottom, root. The roots hold the soil firmly and anchor the plants. And the main functions of the root are to absorb and transport water and nutrients from the soil. And the roots of the carrot and radish also store food. And there are two types of roots, and these are taproot and fibrous root. In the root, there is again two types, that are taproot and fibrous root. See here shown two types taproots. Example, hibiscus and banyan. And fibrous root, onion grass. Okay, this is the difference between two roots, taproot and fibrous root. Then the second part of the plant is the stem. The height, shape, and size of a plant depends upon the stem, and the stem carries out the functions of production, conduction, and storage of food. And in some plants, it has the function of reproduction, and it gives support to other parts of the plant. Okay, this is the working about the stem part of the plant. Then we see leaf. See here leaf. The leaf is a flat, and it plays an important role in the production of food. And leaves are mainly of two types, that is simple and compound leaves. See there are also shown picture simple leaf, and for example hibiscus, and compound leaf, example rose. And we know another examples also that we know. Then next the flower. See in a pink color the flower. This is the most attractive part of a plant, and it is connected to the stem by a stalk which may be long or short. And a flower has a typical color and shape. The flower is an important means of reproduction. What is the important of flower? That is reproduction. And the last one is the fruit. Yes, fruits have different shapes. Fruits contain one or more seeds, and the pods of beans and bees are actually fruits. Okay, these are all the parts of the plant, and we see structure of a plant today. So student, we will stop here, and in the next video we will see or learn need for classification of plants. So what we have learned today: diversity in plants. There are three types of plants, that is autotrophic, heterotrophic, and insectivorous. And the structure of a plant, in that parts of the plants, that is the root, the stem, the leaf, then flower, and then fruit. Okay, these all we learn today. Okay student, bye bye.